let's keep in mind that we are human beings. We're an organism and we want to survive. And while we may not be out in the jungle anymore, we're in a world where we're no longer feeling safe in our relationships. Now, how can we help ourselves to slowly open up to trusting others? We want to take into consideration who we are. We're not like everyone else. I'm a very different individual than you are. Someone with an anxious attachment style, they maybe unconsciously believe that they need others to survive. The organism needs others to survive. It needs that community. Whereas someone with an avoidant attachment style, they have learned and now they believe, generally speaking, that they cannot trust others to keep them safe. So they generally take a longer time to trust. And of course, yes, at the beginning of the relationship, they rush in, and it's termed love bombing in many cases, where they come in, they try to save the day, they're into their people-pleasing mode, they're codependent on the relationship. And it may seem as though they are really into the person, and I'm not saying that they're not, but in that moment, perhaps what's going on is there is a need for connection. There is a need to want to feel accepted and validated and belong. And so they rush in, but then after a while, 3 to 4 months, everything starts to slow down and they start to recognize that, wait a second, I'm getting caught up with this person. All of my life, I've gone through being independent, valuing my autonomy. And now there's this person and I'm consumed by these feelings that I have with this person. I'm spending too much time with them. I'm neglecting my hobbies. I'm neglecting my work. I'm neglecting who I am. And so they start to pull back. And now they're going to give themselves time to look at you, to get to know you, to start making a decision on how they're going to go forward with you into the future. Now, a lot of times what I've found in my practice is that people will get into these relationships, and I'm talking more about the avoidant attached style person now. They'll get into a relationship and it's great. Most of the times, if they do get into a relationship with an anxious attached person, that anxious attached person is on their best behavior, and they're also carrying about independently. They've got their hobbies, they've got their stuff going on. So the avoidant attached person feels safe in their company. They feel like, okay, this person's got a life. They're not dependent on me to fulfill their emotional needs. And so it's a happy, playful, fun relationship. Now, if something happens in the relationship that causes any disturbance to what the avoidant attached believe the relationship is, meaning, let's say the avoidant attached person is late for dinner or forgets dinner plans, and the anxious attached gets upset, might not say anything, but might just be a passive-aggressive approach. The avoidant attached will see that as a threat and immediately will withdraw, will pull back and start that processing of, whoa, wait a second, I don't really know this person. This person's been showing me a particular side of them. I've built up a belief, I've idealized them, and I thought that they were stable. I thought that they were grounded. I thought that they were independent. I thought that they were not dependent on me to make sure they were happy. And now I feel blindsided. Now I feel tricked. Were they manipulating me? And this is generally what goes on in the mind of someone who's got an avoidant attachment style. This is, or at this point, they start to withdraw and they start to process all of these emotions and their thoughts, and they slip into a space of fear. Now, if you've got an anxious attachment style, what do you do in this case? You pull back. You pull your energy to you. And in your healing, in all of our healing, what we want to do is bring the focus to us. We've got to put ourselves first. We have to look at our emotions, our feelings, and honor them. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. So in a case of this particular scenario. If you've got an anxious attachment style, you will feel the need to pull back. Your first instinct is to reach out and fix the problem, but you are going to feel, your higher self will feel and know that you should pull back. You should ground yourself. You should allow that person the space to process their emotions. What happens is the fear of abandonment is what instinctually makes us want to reach out and grab onto the person and fix the problem so that we could get back to some form of normalcy, some place where we feel in control again. You don't need to do that. I can promise you that if you allow your avoidant attached partner to process their emotions, give them the space, show them that you can control your emotions, eventually they will come back. I know it's not always easy. I've been an anxious attached for decades. But with healing, with working on managing your feelings, your emotions, how you respond and how you react, these relationships can work. The most important thing that you want to do is to make sure that you're putting yourself first. That doesn't mean that you're not going to care for others. It just means that now you're going to prioritize yourself like you've never done before. And it's really important that both the avoidant attached and the anxious attached work on your healing. Push through the fears. Sit with yourself, ground yourself, and watch out for when fear is driving your actions, when fear is driving your emotions, and question them. If this has been helpful, leave me a comment, let me know, hit the subscribe button, and every time there's a new video, you'll be alerted to it.